Hello guys, and welcome to Noobs Guide To TribalWars, and today we're going to be looking into the Paladin. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to show you, this actually being used on TribalWars because, most of my accounts have been deactivated because I haven't played for such a long time. But, I still want to help. I just don't really want to play it at the minute. It's one of those phases. I've got bored of it. Like people get bored playing the same game over and over and over again. That's what's just happened to me with TribalWars. But yeah, I still love the game and everything's fine. So a Paladin is you can only have one Paladin for your whole amount of villages on one world. So and a Paladin is able to equip himself with weapons and is able to and has a carrying capacity and attack and stuff like that. But on the worlds where weapons are important, you need to sort of know when to use these weapons and what they do, because this is a great feature and you should be using it. Just having one of the things on can mean defeat to victory. If you have this item equipped, you might win because you've got that bit of extra power. So your Paladin will find weapons over time, and it'll increase by 3% every day. I didn't know that. I thought it was about 4% every day, but they might have reduced it or increased it since this was uploaded. But it's up to about 5%, thereabouts. I don't know how old this page is, so I'm going to say about 5%. It may be 3%, but who knows. So you can find these in a random order. This isn't the order that you find them in. If you're watching the video, this isn't. If you're watching the video, no, you're just listening to my voice. You're not watching it whatsoever. But yeah, you won't find them in the same order every single time. It's a random event, and it's just random. I really am struggling to talk today. Had the same at college. It was a fun day. So. Let's go this in order. So, one of the things that you might get is I can't even pronounce that. Something of Guan Yu. Guan Yu is a Chinese god. Yeah, I'm surprised that I know that. And what this does is it increases the offensive power and defensive power of your spear fighters. So this is a great idea if you know that the enemy is sending in cavalry. You equip this on your guy, you're going to obliterate any cavalry forces. Of course, you actually need spear fighters for any of these items to work. You need, you're not just going to put it on and then it's going to affect the no troops that you have. Because essentially what it's going to do is it's going to add up the total of all of your spear fighters, your swordsmen, all of its attack power, all of its defensive power, and then add the multiplier onto it. And then obviously, it works out who wins and who loses. That's essentially how the battle works. That's how the weapons are going to work. They're just going to add that extra boost to your power. So then we got the longsword, which is obviously great for defensive against axemen, because obviously you've got that swordsmen are just super powerful against axemen. That's just how it works. You want to complain about it? Fight me. Then obviously you've got the battle axe. Now this battle axe obviously increases the offensive and defensive power of axemen. But so this works perfectly well, which means that if one of your places where a nuke has been placed and you've got that equipped on your paladin in that village, then it's going to work fine. Yeah, that's another thing. The paladin has to be in that village for the item to be active. You can't put it on, you can't put the axe onto You know what? I'm gonna fucking rage quit in a minute. This is ridiculous. I can't speak. Words are coming out that are not making any sense, and I'm just gobbling it. Right. So the axe or any of the weapons will only work on the paladin when he's in that village. There we go. That was easy. Why the fuck could I not say that? So it's not going to work if you put the axe. So the village that is being attacked doesn't have the paladin in it. The item you've got equipped in another village isn't going to affect the outcome of that battle. It's only going to affect, the village that the paladin is in. I might just give up. You know, YouTube career is definitely not for me. I cannot talk. Now, longbow is great for archers. Archers were not originally added in the game. They were a new sort of thing, and archers aren't really that great. But you know, if you've got some archers in your village, you might want to use this. I would always say that the perfect defensive is, you know, spears and swords. That's what I would say. You know, maybe a bit of archers, maybe, you know, to help. But like, I don't think archers are that great. You know, maybe they are. Maybe I'm just being biased because I've played this game since archers were really developed. Then you've got the telescope. Now the telescope is a great thing for scouting. You should always equip it if you've got it when you're doing a scouting mission. It might slow down the report, but it's always going to give you an accurate report. For example, like, someone may, you know, because if they send all their troops away, then your scouts aren't going to pick up shit. Depending on what world it is. Because if it's a technology world, when you get your scouts to level 3, then they do detect stuff outside of villages. But, like, if it's a non-tech world, then this is the perfect item. So it means that you can have an accurate report and then be able to work out if you've got the strength to destroy a village. So yeah, definitely try, if you've got that item, use it. The only thing is that the telescope doesn't increase any of the benefits of the scouts, so it's not going to stop you know, enemy scouts from scouting your villages. It doesn't have any benefits to the scouts, it's just to see units. So then you've got the mace for light cavalry. Now light cavalry is a super thing to have in a nuke. You know, they're pretty quick, they've got the durability, and because most people build less spear fighters than swordsmen, you know, cavalry is usually able to plow through. And yeah, that's basically what wins you a battle, I think. It's not the axemen, it's the fucking cavalry. 3,000 cavalry will fuck up most things. Obviously, you need the axemen in there just to get rid of the spearmen and whatever. So then you've got the banner, which is for heavy cavalry. Now this is great to be equipped if you want to get a if you want to, you know, provide support for someone who's close by and he's under attack and the attack's only an hour away. You know, it's a great thing to put on because heavy cavalry is quick and you can get there quickly. And it'll most likely help out and kill a couple of thousand extra troops, depending on how much heavy cavalry you've got, obviously. If you've only got one heavy cavalry, yeah, it's not going to do a lot. Now, this is obviously for mounted archers. Mounted archers are occasionally used in nukes, about 200 or so. This is to help take out something. I've forgotten the stats, but I think in one of my previous videos I discussed that. This is just about the Paladin items. So, yeah. My knowledge is scattered across the 7 stars. So, yeah. So, see, this item might also be very good. But, like, I would always choose the axe or the pole arm for the item that you put in a nuke. I wouldn't pick Nimrod's, bow. Because it just doesn't seem to work well. And, yeah, mounted archers aren't really, you're never going to have that many mounted archers in a nuke anyway. So it's probably best to go for the axe or the thing, depending on how many swordsmen they've got, how many. So it all depends on how much stuff they've got in that village. So yeah. Now the Morning Star is probably best to be used in a situation where you want to get the wall down so that you can farm easier, because obviously what happens is that someone's gone inactive, but yet they've still got a level 20 wall. They might not have any troops in the place, but, you know, it's still got a strong wall, so men are still dying against it. So what you need to do is you probably need to attach this item on, just to give you rams and make sure that the wall is gone. I wouldn't, as I said, I wouldn't use this as in a nuke as well, unless obviously you really want the wall gone. But the wall never really kills that many troops anyway until it gets to the higher levels. So if it's about level 1 or 2, I wouldn't really worry about it. I wouldn't put this item on. If it gets to about level 10 and higher, then I'd probably put it on and use it to destroy stuff. Now, this one, the bonfire. This weapon is great for defending. If you've got about 2,000 catapults, and this inside your village, it will be able to take out nuke after nuke after nuke. Obviously, catapults take a long time to build, but if you've got this item, definitely use it as a defensive weapon, because catapults will blaze through it. It increases the defensive power by 1,000. You know, it's not like, oh, it's only about 20%. It is 1,000. It is fucking ridiculous what you can do with this. It doesn't increase the damage, but the defensive power just absolutely obliterates nuke upon nuke. I used this on one of my worlds, and I had about 3,000 catapults in a village, and I destroyed about 4 nukes before all of my catapults were wiped out and they took my village. So, yeah. Now, this one is definitely good for if you've taken out all of his troops, he's inactive, and you just want to make sure that you take the village. This is what you have to use, the Spectre. You have to use. I would definitely recommend using it. It makes sure that you at least take away 30, because when you just send a normal nobleman up, it can be anywhere from 0 to I think it's about 45 max you can probably get up to. I think that's about it. No, actually, I'd probably say it's about 30. No, I'd actually say it's 30. I think the max is 30. I think. Don't quote me, because they might change it. But that's what it used to be. It used to be at least 30. Why did I say 45? I'm sorry. Yeah. But whilst you're still listening, and hopefully you are still listening, I did upload a video on Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesday. And it asks what you want to know about. Do you want to know about Windows, stuff like that? So, if you would go watch that video and put a comment on it saying what you need help with, then, stick a thumbs up or leave a comment. So, yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this. I apologise for the gobbledygook, but, yeah, sorry about that. Well, I'll see you next time on Noobs Guide. See you next time on